Just a bit of history about me, just to know, just for you to know who I am and what I'm doing here and how I arrived to this cooperation with XPS. I was a handball player since last 3 weeks or 3 weeks ago. I finished my career as a player after 25 years playing. This was my first professional year with Granollers, and this is one of my last games with a t-shirt from a third division team here in Germany. I'm from Granollers. I'm close to Barcelona, and I'm living in Germany right now. But from the two different main points on the time, I always was interested to really understand about how is the system of statistics, and maybe a bit of freak, but I always like it to understand if it was possible that from idea or from a cloud, from a statistics approach, from a big data, it can make influence, or it can create a trainings, or it can create a system, or it can create a concept of game. But how I do it, and how can I do it with statistics, and how can I do this with big data? This is our approach. Our approach that we are working since more than 1.5 years in Handball.ai, and we are always working with 4 main points. First is the live statistics. Handball.ai offers the option to track any game in live mode from the bench, or from another country, or from the tribune, or from another place that you would like to have your statistic or your part of your coaching staff. For example, the national team of Poland, what they are doing here is that they have one specialist, one analyst that is tracking everything in Poland, and then they have the coaching staff with one tablet, and with this tablet they are getting all the information that they are providing on the other guy. Second is the pre-game and post-game. Handball.ai offers the opportunity to work and to analyze the different games and to analyze the different competitions that your team is going to do, or even though that you can understand together with the scouting and the big data, any team, any player, any competition that you would like to see. And the fourth point, that here is the key, and for that reason we are here today, is the XPS integration and how we combine the data from Handball.ai to the video. This was a bit of introduction just for you to take a look on that, and just for you to feel to understand what is Handball.ai and why our key pillars or key fundamentals of work, and how we like to always explain that to any coach that we made a meeting on the last 2 years. But I think for you it will be better if we just jump directly into the application, so like this you will understand exactly what it's about. This is Handball.ai. This is the main page. When you make login, this is the main page, and you always have the coaching zone. Really interesting point is if your club has more than one team. For example, a team like in Germany, that you always have the first league team, and after you have the second league team or the third league team, or maybe you have the under 18 guys, you always have the option to select different accounts. The same like in XPS has the same structure. In my case, I'm showing you my real account. I'm a second coach next year of the first Bundesliga team of women's, of Metzingen, and also the under 18 girls. So I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing. Let's check a bit of the coaching zone. You have the option to create as much teams as you want manually. We can just take a look on that. You can create that, you can put the picture, you can do everything that you want. Maximum, of course, of 20 players. You can always create one new one, and you can edit the new one. The important point here, and maybe sounds obvious, that you need always 6 players and 1 goalkeeper in the playing status. This, it will help you a lot in the future to start the new game. If you say, okay, Manel, but I don't want to create all the teams one by one, no problem. We have an option to download that template, and you will be able to upload all your league. You just need to follow this template, upload the template, and all the teams will be created. You can also create a new teams in a really easy way. This is really important to understand that, because this creation of the teams, it will be involved later with the XPS integration. Let's go to one game. Well, first of all, I will show you as well the game system. Game system, it's the point of the future of the application, that you can select which action, which name, which action that your players are doing in attack or in fast break. In the new game, we will have one game that we will do it right now. We will follow our example, that is Paris Saint-Germain against Kiel. Here, what you can see is the 4 main modes that the application has. We divide it by time, and we divide it with video. We have 2 of them, complete and simple. As you can see, complete, it takes in consideration the bench and the substitutions. What does it mean that? That we know exactly the bench. That means attack defense changes, and we know how much time they are playing each player. In a simple mode, you can see all the game that every player is playing all the time. You don't have this bench attack defense. You can combine always the different modes. And on top of that, you have the video mode. You have, if you don't want any video inside the application, any video inside your game, you are just tracking statistics. This is what we call it for the stats lovers. This is the best for the live games. This is already currently is working Spanish national team with that, and I think Aritz, that is in the call with the Wisla blog, they are working on the same mode. They are making complete and without video, just the statistics, because the coach needs that during the game. After the game, or even before the game, you have the option to integrate the video. And this integration of the video is perfect when you're a XPS user, because this video after you will be able to upload into the system of XPS, and you will have all the events track. But this I will show you later. Let's just start, just for you to see a simple complete mode without video. Simple mode without video. This is the famous shared link. It's what I said, live statistics, not just there. You can have one responsible of your team in your at home. You can have it in the other part of the tribune of the stadium, or you can have it in the other place of the country. You just need to send this real-time share link, and you will be able to see the statistics in live. You don't need a guy there. If you have a tablet with you and you're in the bench, they can send you this link, and you will see all the statistics in live. You don't have to track anything. Just copy, paste it, Telegram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and they will get it. This is the main, what we are gonna do right now is just a random events, just for you to see it. We have the bench players of Paris Saint-Germain, sorry, the field players, and then we have the other kill, that is as the field players and the bench players. Indeed, here we have the main score with the main clock, and then we have the phases: offense, positional, counter goal, and fast break. One of the questions that always comes to that point when I'm explaining that is, what is counter goal or what is fast break? I always explain the same. Counter goal is when you are making a fast break after goal, after you receive a goal. And fast break is when you are running to make goal without getting one goal before. Fast break comes from lost balls, save, shoot out, or mistakes provoke, and counter goal always comes after a goal from the other team. So when we start the play into the game, we will just make a couple of minutes, so like this you will see the events. You can always change. Okay, Luke Stein is not playing, is playing I don't know, Christo Pans in that moment. Pekalar is not playing, is playing in this case Niklas Ekberg. And Niklas Landin is not playing, is playing Dario Kinsla. Is always changing the time. As you will be able to see here, the time is the time that he is playing. When you put one player in and out, it changes well. Stops one and the other, or starts one and the other stops. And then it's easy. It just, you imagine now that you have also the timeouts here. So imagine now that you make the Cristobans. When you click a player, the events are making selectable. So imagine that Camille, the big line player from Poland, from Paris, imagine that he make a goal from, I don't know, here up from 6 meters. And here we can put the system, the game system that we set before. We can select here, okay, this was for a double cross. And we can save it. It comes the goal. And you always have 7 seconds to undo the operation. So like this, you have time to make it. Now imagine that, okay, they're making attack defense changes, as I said before, just totally random. And in this case, Sander Agosen has the ball and provokes 7 meters. From who? This is the good point of Handball.ai. We always have the ball. We always have the possession of the ball. What does it mean that? And this is always obvious. If I have the ball, you don't have the ball. Meaning that I always track offense. But thanks to that pop-ups, I can track the defense as well. You don't need to track offense and defense in the same action. You can track offense, and then you provoke a 7 meters from Sagan Andersen. Imagine that now comes Niklas and makes a parade here from 7 meters. You can always track different events. Imagine that now the ball, it comes again from Paris, and whatever it happens, Karabatic provokes a 2 minutes. Remember, if provokes a 2 minutes, it's an event that involves someone from the other team in defense. And in this case, imagine that, I don't know, Vincek is going outside. Vincek got a 2 minutes, and the space of this guy, of Vincek, of this player, is out. You can always change the goalkeeper for a player, and you are playing without a player. One point to comment on that moment is that you have here the defense system and also the offense system. Defense system, you mark once and finish, and the offense system is automatically there. If I change now this for a this for a player, you will see that the number 3, it's coming up, and the offense system is equality 5 + 1 versus 6. If I want to bring back Vincek, I just need to bring it back. And we start again the chrono. It's just for you to have different options. And obviously, as I said, we are just creating events. We can also put the assists. And this was because I don't know, cross with the line player, safe. So on that point, in the minute 3, let's check it a bit up, the statistics that you have in live. These are, and later I will show you much more complete, these are the statistics that you can work with for the different teams and also for the advanced statistics. You can see the shoots of the players. You can see the goalkeeper performance. You can see the individual, what made every player in every moment, how much he played, and after you can see the game system. This in live. This is the mode without video. This is the best mode for statistics. This is the best mode for live tagging, because you have the game in front of your eyes, and you don't need a video in this case tagging. You just need to focus on the statistics. Let's finish the game. Let's finish the game, and I will show you one game, but now with video from the same 2 teams. But now let's take the simple, and we select the pre-post game. That this is for me in this my favorite, to be honest with you. I'm always like to tag this because it's really easy. In that moment, you might not need, or you don't need in that case urgently the statistics of this game. You just need to tag the events properly and correct. So let's make just one game. Here is a bit different when it starts. Before going to the video point, let's focus on the teams. We don't have bench players. That means that the time disappears, but appears the LP, CB, LB, RB. These are the diminutive or the keywords to understand the positions of the players. Left wing, line player, center back, left back, right wing, right back. Here does not change anything. And the goalkeepers, they are here. But first of all, now, once we have cleared that, let's update the video. In this case, I will check, I have this game here. And you will see a video that comes here. Kind of fast. You can make it, if your video is in the same system that XPS works, you can make it from your own device, from your local device, or you can make it as well from external link, not YouTube. It could be Google Drive link. It could be any kind of server that you have done. You can just put the link there and it will be working later. Here it tells you one thing, find the start position of the game in the video. And this is easy because you will see here that if I move a bit in front, the game starts. So I just need to find, that's the moment that the referee says, hello, let's start. And then it says, press the start button under the video, watch plus video, watch plus video. I will just switch off the, now we'll see the audio. And everything starts. What we are going to do right now is we're going to create just 3-4 events. Because I created that game for you, I track all the game for you. So after you will see much more events, but just for you to see it, how we track the events. Start 6-0, Nicholas is in the goalkeeper, Vincent Gerard is in the goalkeeper, and now it comes that Nadim Remili provokes a 7 meter. So we mark the player, appears the events, we mark the player, we mark the video, and then 7 meters provoke. Who provoked that? The brother Landin. And then it's totally created event, is a registered event. We have the time of the game and we have the time of the video. Just a quick thing. We have two types of time. The time of the video that you will see here, this is 56 or 57, and the game that is 51. This difference could be even bigger. It could be that the game starts 1 hour later. The important point is that you track the events always matching with the time of the game. Nevertheless, later you have also the integrated through the XPS point that it will match always with the video. But you always can see if it was not a 7 meters provoke for Remili, you can always check and edit the event in live because you cannot do this in the other mode. But let's continue. In this case is a goal. It will be a goal from our friend from Poland before. So again, player, video, goal, 7 meters. I think was over the head. And we save it. We could delete these events. We could see the repetition of these events. Yeah, it was a bit in the head. We could see the repetition of these events. And the important point is that we always need to see that the video, everything is fine. And we will track the events. We will continue now because now, Paris changed the difference to 5-1. And then it comes. I know because I made the game array that now will come a game from Pekalar. So, Pekalar, video, goal, here from 6 meters. And we can say that this is a transition game from, I don't know, playmaker transition. and we save it. Now, in contra goal, Karabatic provokes a 2 minutes and suspension and penalty. So Karabatic, video, 7 meters provoke and suspension from Dubniak. And now it's when it comes the best moment of the integration. You see that the video is running, but the time is stopped. The Handball.ai is this kind of artificial intelligence that stops always when the referee must stop. Every time there's a suspension, it needs to be stopped. So it comes always with the stop of that. When you have to click again, it's easy. You just need when the video will come back, when the referee will give access again to restart, you will have just to click the play and everything will be fitting again. Important that every time that you see the play in that way, okay, so now it starts, and now in this case he fails. So player, video, save, here, save. And that's it. We could continue here all the game. As you see here, you don't have the button of statistics because we focus just on the video events. This is great for integration. This is great to track later in the XPS that I will show you. You can always, as I said, you can always go here and you can review and you can see again the event. This case was a 2 minutes provoke and suspension from Dubniak. You can see the goal from the next team. You can always jump into the different events. If that's clear, and we analyze, first of all, we analyze that you can also delete the events if you correct one or you're wrong. You can come back. You can always go back, but the video will not allow you to go in front because you cannot modify the future. You can modify, in this case, the video the past, but you cannot modify what you did not see yet. Everything is clear on that side. If everything is clear on that side, August, we don't have any questions right now for the moment.
No.
Okay. Okay, great. So everything is clear. What I will do is I will send now this game that finished 1-1. I will send this game to our XPS account. In this case, we can always delete. We can create different folders, and now we will send that game into XPS. How we send that? First of all, how we get this point here, sending to the XPS? We go to My Organizations in Handball.ai. We go to the XPS. In this case, is mine. And then you put the XPS token. This XPS token, it will allow you to connect later from the XPS. And you will get here the token. You just need to copy, paste it into the account of Handball.ai. So I will just send it now to XPS. Okay, so we have the green banner that tells us that everything is right with XPS, send it. And now let's jump into the XPS. We will go to Analyzer and we will go to the game video. And here it comes the video. Here it comes the game that you send it from Handball.ai appears here. The first time that you create a game, the first time that you create a team in Handball.ai, you will make just double click here and it will appear that pop-up. That pop-up is the first point of integration between XPS and Handball.ai. What it tells you here is it recognizes automatically if the player already exists in your system, or in this case, if this Sadhu and Tanzi is not created in your system. That means that you don't have that. Obviously, I will just create new and he will be created. If your team is not created or any of the players that we saw now from Sadhu is not created, it will appear that banner, create one. Obviously here, if I make double click now, we can see all the events here. This is clear. But I would like to show you that integration with the video. So like this, you will see it. Here we can go and see any kind of event that happens in the game. If I want to see, if I want to see that, we will have the Karabatic, Nikola Karabatic. I cannot see the event, but he provokes the 7 meters. We can now go and check that win check and that point. Everything is cut it from previously. So you don't need to cut it again in XPS. Everything is cut it there. If you say, okay, I would like to see it a different way, just switch it off that. I would like to see the events. And this is for all the users from XPS, you know already the features and the great features that XPS has. I always like, for example, to see one main player. So I would like to see, for example, I select the query, and I always like to see one player in offense. So for example, I will select the player and I will just select Lucas Steins. So I will execute the query, and here are all the events that Lucas Stein made it. I can reproduce it, I can share it with my team, I can send it to a presentation, but in this case, if I want to see just the goals, then I will just select the goals and I will see the clips. And I will see it again into the same window that we saw before. And we will see all the different clips that happens to Lucas Steins in the game. You don't need to cut it twice, everything is there. Great. So, but now we have this from XPS. We have that, all the events are coming from Handball.ai to here, ordered and structured in the same way that you have, with all the information. Now, I would like to show you how we jump from two different applications. Imagine that this is the game, and you would like to see the statistics of that game. You have one button here, it's called Handball.ai. So I just click in Handball.ai, and I'm jumping directly into the PDF report, into the report of that game. If you say, okay, now this is too much information for me, make me easy, live, Manel, please. I have a PDF report that is generated for every game. Every game that you create in the application, you have this PDF. National teams are working already in the halftime with that PDF report. As I said before, a couple of in the call, they are already working with, and you have the two teams, everything track, everything is there, done. Analyze, let's call it macroeconomics, let's call it from the team, and let's call it microeconomics, let's call it from the players. You have both things analyzed from goals for the different players, all the events that they made, a really visual graph that this comes from Erlangen, because Erlangen, they wanted to have that, and I think it was a really great feedback, so we developed for them and for all of us, for both teams. And also at the end, you will have the timeline plus the partial times. You can see it when the game was going. This is for every game. On top of that, you have a lot of information for every team. This is all the statistics. We can talk about hours, but I think hours we will need a 1 hour or 2 hours more webinar for that. So I will make it a bit faster, and I will just show it the team events. You have the timeline. You have a shots statistics. You have a shot statistics perfect for the goalkeepers, with the split by time of each goalkeeper, what is save and goals versus goals and no goals. And then you have the individual. If you would like to see again our friend Lucas Steins, you have here exactly what he made in the game. This is perfect to analyze after the games, post games, pre-games, preparation of the games. You will have also the game system, but in this case I did not track, and the play-by-play, all the actions done in play-by-play. This information, you have it for every game. And this in live, together with the PDF. If you are going back to the XPS, and let's go to see the teams, I would like to see the information of one team. Now imagine that we are playing next weekend against Kill, and you have all the information of Kill. So you can just click in Handball.ai, you select the mode that you made it, remember, complete with the player's time, light, totally open bench. In this case, we made it with light. And we just click OK. And we will jump into the consolidated information of your team. What does it mean? That you can have as much games as you want, and you will be able to analyze the consolidated information. This is your database. This is your big data approach. You have the game system in this case that we made it now, the players' performance of all the league or all the games that you track, a development, events, the connections of players, and the different shooting positions. This for every team that you track. If we are going back to XPS, we are tracking the teams. But what happened with the players? I would like to see from Paris. I would like to see our friend Luke Steins. I would like to understand what is doing this guy, what is doing in all the French league, because I'm tracking all the French league. What is doing Luke Steins? I'm going to Handball.ai bottom, that here, click there, and you jump to Luke Steins consolidated information. This saves you time, guys. You see everything already done. You can jump to the games. You can do everything already done. If you say, Manel, I would like to see this guy, but imagine that you are the coach, you are Raúl González or Jota, and you are there in the team, and you would like to send this report to the guys. You have a print report, and you have the same report, but now from a player, from Luke Steins. You can have all the players, you can send them. I remember that one in our call was asking me, Manel, I would like to have the option to share this with my guys, with my girls in this case, because they are interested to know their statistics. They just need to click there, send it to the player, finish. So that's right now the main points that you have here. You can see the game. You can see, as I said, this is my personal account. You can see the game. You can see the team. You can jump into the Handball.ai team, or you can jump until the player inside Handball.ai. Since we track all the events in the offense way, we just need to make it in the other way around. So if someone provokes these 7 meters, you will see after who is the defense in the who is the player in defense. Let's see the events. You will see who is the defense player. So that means if that, I know that maybe I'm going too far away, but if I'm going here to that event, 7 meters provoke suspension. Remember that this event was from Karabatic to Dubniak. Here appears Dubniak. So you can see who is the guy that made this event in the other part, not just in offense, also in defense.
And also maybe mention that the players on court, this is tagged in not complete mode. So otherwise you would only have the actual players on the court.
Actually, this is a good point. Thank you, August. As I told before, we have 2 different modes, the complete and the light. Here you can see all the players are playing on the court. But when you have a game that is a complete develop a complete mode, you will see just here who is playing. So Rodrigo, your broad or your range is all the players, but when you have the complete, it's going just to the players that are playing. So it will be even more narrow, even more filter. What can do Handball.ai and XPS together for me? What is my process as a coach? What is my process as a video analysis? What is my coach as a statistic? What is my coach as a second coach? What is my objective? I want to register events. What is the process to implement it in my system right now? I create a game in Handball.ai, I send it to XPS that we made it, and we added the video. What did it give us? A faster tagging. We have all the events already inside. All the events with the video, they are already inside, so we don't need to tag it again. And we can send it that with the amazing features of XPS, send it to presentations, sharing it to athletes, making it for our players easier. But not just that, tagging everything and registering everything in Handball.ai and XPS, we can analyze a game and the stats together. What that means, we can go to the game navigator, we made that together as well. We select the game, Paris Kiel, and we go to Handball.ai. And then in one click, you have all the game stats, as we saw. On top of that, we have the game PDF report. We can always extract a PDF of any game that we track in the system. Not just that, we also have the big data for teams and for players, but in this case for teams, that team management, we select a team and we have the Handball.ai with a consolidated information and ready to export to PDF. Big data for players, also team management, select a player, Handball.ai, we will have all the consolidated information of the players, all the consolidated information of all the career of this player that we will be able to export to PDF. That for a team, a club with more than 5-6 teams in a development team, typical team of Granollers, that they have 5-6 different teams in their youth teams, it's perfect to see the development of this player during the years. This is how it is right now, and this is how we are working right now. And clubs, teams, and associations like Asobal, they are already working with. They will start the next season to work with that. But what it comes next, and this is the next step between XPS and Handball.ai. It comes in October of 2022. It comes the scouting mode. What means that? Handball.ai and XPS are going to track all the leagues, in this case, all the Champions Leagues, all the European leagues, all the, for example, the Final Four. It will upload that into our cloud, and you will have the access to the statistics and to the video. What does it mean? That if you are inside one of these countries, one of these competitions, with this combination of Handball.ai and XPS, you will be able to get into your account all the statistics already done for you, with all the video cuts already done for you. That means, imagine that, I remember that someone in the call was coming from Barcelona. So you will be able to go inside that account, you will be able to see all the statistics consolidated from this account, and you will be able to see the videos of a player searching for a singular player and see how is the performance in videos and also the statistics. Finally, just from my side, I would like to show you a bit with who we are working right now. These are a few of our customers that we have the pleasure to work with. And we are extremely thankful that they can trust in us. And we are still growing, taking all the first Spanish league. And I'm totally sure that we will get kind of bigger. That's it. That's for me, it's everything. As I said, if someone has any kind of questions in the future, or someone I know that is a lot of information in half hour, 35 minutes, but if someone have further questions, we are always happy to help.